Mixtape is a game that has received hate from millions of people worldwide. Hate that it doesn't deserve, formed off the back of random TikTok and YouTube comments. Most coming from people who haven't even touched the game, just commenting what others are also commenting, to spread even more hate and misinformation. So I'm here to respond to the controversy of the brain-dead troglodytes that are poisoning the community and give my thoughts on the game. Mixtape is not nostalgic bait. It is a cinematic piece of gaming that is quite unique from what I've seen done before. It's not to be taken serious, it's to be embraced and enjoyed. From the moment I opened the game up, I could see that the developers have poured a lot into it all. Just opening the settings alone is so creatively done. Flipping over the back of the CD for settings or choosing a chapter is done by choosing the song of a CD. These are all really well thought out decisions done for the love of the game. So this story follows 3 high school teens, Stacy, Slater and Cassandra, looking to get one more big night in before they leave to go to college and ultimately go their separate ways. The story is highlighted around a mixtape that Stacy herself has put together so they can all listen to it for their final night. You'll be exploring the small town that they live in and experience the memories they've had that defines their friendships throughout the course of their life. Now, starting with the game itself, I was genuinely in awe with how pretty this game is. It is pure eye candy and just a treat to look at. Each scene is composed so well, and I love how experimental they get with telling the story. There are scenes that just feel so much more impactful and honestly elevate the emotion that you should be feeling in that moment. For example, there's a line in the game that really got me thinking about how we think of spending time.
Let's waste an afternoon.
It's never a waste.
Dude, I got the wop!
Hanging out with the people you love is never a waste. Even if, for example, you are simply running through a field together. This is elevated with this over-the-top sequence of running and jumping in this low-gravity type way. And honestly, I couldn't have smiled more. I felt like I was in this moment with these characters. And it was honestly just beautiful. And I'm not sure why we just can't have more beautiful things like this in life. And just enjoy them without the hate of others. But more on the hate a bit later. There's also another scene I love where Stacy sees Cassandra with another girl after finding out Cassandra lied and said she was just going to stay home. Stacy seeing this makes her world go black and white. She puts her music on and starts to drift away in a ball of emotion. While time itself is frozen around her, and us as the player can control her hitting into various frozen objects and so on.
Sometimes an experience can't be categorized in a single genre. It's too complex. I find these situations difficult. You need a song that plays in counterpoint, something that fills the gaps, harmonizes.
And again, this is just one of many scenes that put me into the character's shoes and visually showed me what was going on inside their head. I'm sure once in your life something has happened where music enhances the experience, or time feels like it's frozen, or wishing that you could just float away. I genuinely do believe that these scenes are awesome and add a lot of weight and character to the game's identity, and it makes you feel as if you are the one living this experience. I mean, in my opinion, I think these scenes are beautifully done and just really enhances it all, and it's just visually beautiful. I especially love the finale scene, which honestly is just such a perfect send-off. Now, I genuinely loved my time with this game a lot, more than what I thought I would. The characters are over-the-top cliches of themselves, which I absolutely love, and I enjoy that the game tries different things. And honestly, it went above and beyond of immersing me into the world. The game's music tracks are also incredible. I highly recommend going in blind with the songs, as there are some real gems in here that I hadn't even heard of. And it's also a nice surprise hearing each song go with different scenes. Now, as for the gameplay, I had heard a lot, and I mean a lot about the gameplay. People have basically been calling this game a movie, such as this brain-dead YouTuber who just screams at a mic.
Got game movie fatigue. Year after year, we've got these game movie writers churning out some game movie slop, and I'm sick of it. First, they came for the AAA slop, and I said everything.
The entire fucking video, all he ever says is game movie, over and over again. And I'm also pretty sure he didn't even play the game, because there is not an ounce of his own footage of this game in this video anywhere.
We are living in the best times. That's how delusional this game makes me, and I'm tired of calling it a game. They keep cranking out these game movies that no one wants to watch, let alone play. These are failed Hollywood actors that devolve into game movie actors to pretend they matter. All these game movie actors just won't come out and admit it. You don't want to be a game movie actor.
I won't show you any more than that, but all he says is game movie and just says the game is bad. Even to the point where he's saying that the actresses who voice acted the characters are failed Hollywood actors. He is just being a complete dick, calling the game bad for no reason, while also using AI in his thumbnails and videos. And just to prove this, I just want to show you him in this video admitting that he uses AI.
This is a movie for failures from the 90s that still blame their parents for being born. Look, we all know critical thinking isn't their strong suit, and sure, people accuse them of using AI. But you gotta cut them some slack. They can't even spell AI.
I mean, it can't get any more brain dead than this. Honestly, I have no idea how this fucking person has more than 100 subs, let alone 500k. So if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about him, I'm not sure what will. There are a ton of people out there like this. This is just an example of one of them, who are just influencing everyone to hate on creativity. Brain-dead content like this is what generates hate across TikTok and Instagram, spreading it worldwide. The entire reason people hate most of the time is because one of their favorite YouTubers have said something about it. But most of the people complaining are just people who don't like these games to begin with, so don't play them. Now, sure, the gameplay is lackluster, but it isn't in any way bad. In fact, it fits the vibe and genre of the game perfectly. You'll mostly just be walking around and doing various minigame type things, which I know isn't the greatest of gameplays, but it's more about the experience than the gameplay, which, honestly, I still had a lot of fun with these things. You'll be doing stuff such as skimming stones, choosing different poses for a photo booth, or take this scene for example, skating down roads and blowing up shit while putting your middle finger up to everything. Yes, this is over the top, and I've seen so many people talk about it, but it's over the top in a fun way, and it elevates the emotion of anger that she's feeling in that scene. And yes, this isn't insane gameplay, but what were people thinking? I mean, was they expecting Elden Ring level of gameplay? Honestly, I think people need to expand their plate a little bit and be open to trying new things, because my god, I've seen people asking why this wasn't just a movie instead, and it's just the stupidest thing I've heard. It's a creative choice and puts you into the experience and story, so just enjoy it. But yes, the gameplay isn't crazy, but it is interactive and fun, which I loved. Plus, why the hell didn't people hate on Walking Dead or Dispatch? Walking Dead's gameplay consists of finicky button clicks and walking, and that's it. But the game is incredibly good and loved, by me included, and the same goes for Dispatch. That game has mostly no gameplay besides organising Hero to the right crime. I'd actually argue Mixtape has more gameplay than Dispatch, which, by the way, I loved all three of these games. Only difference is, one got filled with a ton of hate because of an IGN review, because people can't form opinions of their own anymore. Now, before we move on to the hate of this game, I just want to say this. Mixtape is not a 10 out of 10 game, in my opinion. It's more of an 8. However, it is a game where you can sit back, relax, and it feels like a breath of fresh air. I can see myself replaying this game due to just how nice it feels. It's like an experience I've never had before in gaming. But it's executed so well. I can't say more than just, it's easy to enjoy. Not every game has to be this overcomplicated thing where the story is extremely complex or has the craziest gameplay mechanics. Instead, why can't we just simply enjoy? We label things as cringe and take everything seriously, then get blinded with rage and hate. I just wish others would see this and at least experience the game for themselves, instead of spamming comment sections with hate just because others have told them it's bad. But for me, this game feels like a nice walk away from the loud city. It's something I can just simply enjoy. I can just be happy, not think about much, and enjoy a fun, light-hearted story about some teens wanting to make memories they can hold on to for when they finally leave each other. And to me, that's beautiful. The game's experimental and it's just a joy to see all these creative scenes play out. So thank you to the developers for creating a wonderful experience that had me smiling and honestly quite a few giggles throughout all of it. I suppose we should talk about the idiots who follow each other like herds of sheep screaming this game's bad and then not even giving an opinion on why it's bad. Honestly, reminds me of the situation with the Backrooms movie right now, which, by the way, is a 10 out of 10 in my opinion, and I can't wait for the sequel. Now then, for those screaming it's, is nostalgia bait for 30-year-olds? I'd just like to say one thing, and that is, it's not. Believe it or not, but I'm 20 years old and didn't grow up with any of these things. Not once did I think it was grasping for nostalgia and only using that to make the game good. Otherwise I wouldn't enjoy it. Sure, people who grew up in the times might find some nostalgic things, but believe it or not, that's because the game's set in the mid-90s. Can you believe that? There's gonna be mid-90s stuff. Sure, the characters look back on their past for the player to find out more about their friendship and what they used to get up to, but it is not banking on your nostalgia to be a good game. Now, next is people claiming it's a movie, not a game. If you'd like, just go back and actually watch my video about me talking about that. And for those hating on the 10 out of 10 reviews, then that's your opinion, and the reviewer's opinion. I gave this game an 8, but when I saw reviewers giving it a 10, I didn't instantly fall to my knees in shock and awe that a cinematic game like this got a 10. I thought, yeah, alright, I'll check it out. And believe it or not, I liked it. As I knew I would, because I also enjoy this type of genre of gaming, just as I enjoy all aspects of gaming. This simply might not be for you, and that's fine, until you start screaming, "Is Weta was going to ever have existed?" rather than expand your horizons of genres or just say the game isn't for you. Honestly, I wouldn't have a problem with people saying that they don't like the game. It's just that they are spamming hate comments about stupid stuff. If the game's not for you, the game's not for you. Now, the cringiness.
Oh no! Cringe!
So, I've seen people hate on this game for the dialogue being cringy, and yes, I will admit there are some cringy moments. And the way they speak is very over-the-top cliche teen.
Oh no! I think we're in peril.
What are we gonna do?
We could, pour beer on it?
But in my opinion, that's fine. The cringy voice acting was done extremely well, and I know that sounds weird, but I don't think it takes anything away from the game. I love every character's performance. It even made some scenes funnier for me. And cringy isn't always bad. I seriously enjoyed the dialogue and probably wouldn't change it. Plus, I think people forget teens are genuinely annoying and cringe anyways. But being cringe is beautiful because without it, we wouldn't have passionate people. But yes, out of context, sometimes the scenes can be very cringy. And there's probably only one scene I did cringe at, but in my opinion, I sort of saw it as purposely cringe and over the top. Now then, I really can't bother to talk about this, but I know I have to, otherwise I'll have someone in the comments saying, "Yeah, but mate, the game was funded by one of the richest people in the world, and he's pretty bad, mate. So how can you fucking support this game, mate? Just fucking, it's fucking one of the worst fucking games of fucking 2026, mate. Fucking rich man, fucking bad man. Why the fuck are you playing it, mate? Fucking rich man made it." Which, correct, he is bad, and I don't agree with any of the choices he's made in his life. However, his daughter is the one who funded the game, and is their own person. There's no evidence her father was involved. On top of this, it was published and funded by them. That's it. The game studio Beethoven and Dinosaur, which is indeed an indie studio, so stop saying it's not. It was just funded and published by a nepo baby. Also, if you really want to hate and be like, fucking don't care, mate, fucking shit game anyway, just know that the same company who published and funded this game has also done the same for Stray, Outer Wilds, and What Remains of Edith Finch. The publisher doesn't own any of those studios, so stop spouting nonsense. Now then, if you enjoyed this video, I highly recommend you check out some of my others, such as the Last of Us video, or any others you choose. Please do check out this game and give it an actual chance. I don't regret buying it, and my time with it was wonderful, just as wonderful as all my viewers.